Hello everyone and welcome. I just want to start by saying I messed up. I was supposed to be doing an Oscar review for every single Best Picture nominee this week, and I kind of messed up my timings and I didn't get a chance to see Fences, and I was hoping to see it today, this morning, but then the showing that I wanted to go to wasn't on anymore. I'm not going to be able to see it. I could maybe see it tomorrow, but by the time I got my review out, the Oscars have already passed. It's a Best Picture nominee. It's probably good. I've done 8 of the 9 Oscar nominated films anyway, so I'm just going to post my top 10 films of 2016 one day early. So that is here for you to enjoy now, so let's do it. 2016 was a year, but thankfully some amazing films came out in this year to make all the bad stuff okay. Some of them didn't come out in the UK till February 2017, so this list is a little bit late, but this is my top 10 films of 2016 list that actually has 12 films on it. There's a big kid inside me. I mean, I'm a big kid inside, a kid who enjoys Disney and Pixar films. My favourite two this year, my joint number 10s, are Moana and Finding Dory. These two films are quite far from the best Disney films ever, but they are still incredibly enjoyable and just make me so happy. I may be a bit biased towards Finding Dory because I watched it in Times Square in maybe the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in, but I couldn't stop smiling while watching it, and it was one of the most enjoyable experiences I had in a cinema this year. And for Moana, well, Moana has that damn rock song that's still stuck in my head now. I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how to feel, it's adorable. I could go on. Another film that made me very happy for different reasons, Hardcore Henry. My god, is this film ridiculous, but it knows it, it embraces it, and then shows it in a totally different way than I've ever seen on screen. Sharlto Copley is the perfect guide through the madness that is Hardcore Henry. It's almost a joke how much of a non-stop action film this is, with every big sequence somehow managing to top the last. I rewatched this again the other day, and it was even better than before because watching it at home, when something incredible happened, I could watch it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Number 8 is another joint number because I've got Don't Breathe and Green Room here. I don't like to say I'm a horror movie fan because a lot of the times I think that's just an excuse for people to like films that aren't really very good. I already reviewed Don't Breathe, so I don't want to talk too much about that, but all I'll say is this film had no right to be as good as it is, but it's got the perfect balance of horror and action with some surprises that make up for a kind of dumb ending. But Green Room, which I didn't review, is just about this punk band that get involved in some trouble and trapped in a green room of a bar, and the people that run the bar are neo-Nazis. It comes from the same director of Blue Ruin, and I love what this guy does. He just takes kind of simple concepts and makes a great film out of them. There's not any like big twists or surprise aliens aren't going to come down halfway through the film. It's just an absolutely brutal film, and while you're watching it, you're playing along in your head like, oh, why don't they do this? I'd do this if I was in this situation. And then it just gets a point. There's a very clear turning point. If you've seen the film, you probably know where it is, where something absolutely brutal happens and you just think, no, that's it. I would be dead if that happened to me. I would not survive this. It's entertaining throughout and hella violent, and unlike Don't Breathe, it perfectly nails the ending, but both of them are solid modern horrors.
Now you're gonna see what I see.
Next up, the best comic book film and probably the best comedy of 2016 is Deadpool. This film could have gone so wrong in so many ways, but I'm thankful that it didn't. And what we got was a humorous introduction to the masked mercenary that changed up the typical origin story structure we're used to seeing in just enough ways to keep it fresh. I watched Deadpool 3 times and had a blast with it on all 3 viewings, and cannot wait to see what they do with the sequel. Please don't mess it up. At number 6, we've got Nocturnal Animals from director Tom Ford. I didn't get to review this, but I watched it as part of my Oscar review week thinking that it would get nominated, and it didn't, which actually surprised me because this is a great film. It's got 2 stories going on, one about this art gallery owner, but kind of the main driver of the film is the story she's reading that is written by her ex-husband. It's a revenge story with a lot of symbolism being crossed over the 2 stories. It's nearly flawlessly made with some fantastic performances, including a very haunting one from Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and it's got Gyllenhaal in it, so you know it's going to be good. It's definitely one I'm interested to see again. I will say the reason it's not higher on the list is because the story she's reading is something that has been done before, but it's still great, so check out Nocturnal Animals.
Nobody gets away with what she did. Nobody.
Now we've got Hacksaw Ridge, a film about halfway through watching, I was like, yeah, this is good. Then by the end, I was like, okay, that was pretty great. Then a few days later, I thought, wow, that might actually make it on my top 10 list, and now it's ended up quite high. It's a film that was really stuck with me after watching, and if I was going to pick it apart, I could find so many problems with this film. It's probably got more problems than any other film on this list. It's far from perfect, but there's this feeling you get when you finish watching this. It kind of leaves you speechless. It's an amazing story that really stuck with me, and I'm not even a World War II guy, which is why I was so surprised by how into this film I got, and that's probably one of the reasons why it ended up so high up on this list.
There's something you gotta see.
Who did this?
That's the card.
At number 4 is one of the most unique films I've seen in a long while, Swiss Army Man. As soon as I saw this trailer, I knew I wanted to see it. It seemed like the most indie of indie films, and I'm not even sure how it exists, but I'm so glad it does. It's a story about a guy who drags around a farting corpse, but it's a lot more than that. It manages to be both a sad and joyful film with some fantastic montage sequences and an amazing a cappella soundtrack made up from sounds and dialogue from the film. It's so different, but also has that indie feel, which is basically its own genre now. Throughout this film, I had no idea what was going to happen next, and that continued right up to the end. It's definitely one of the most divisive films on this list. It's not for everybody, but I personally really enjoyed Swiss Army Man.
We sang and we danced, and it was beautiful.
Now we're in the top 3, the podium positions, and the bronze medal goes to Moonlight. I can't say enough good things about this film. Probably the best made film of the year. I mean that in the sense that the filmmaking and the acting is just as close to flawless as you can possibly get, and parts of the story you may have seen before, but not all together like this. The way it's told with the 3 different acts, with 3 different actors that work so well, you kind of just don't even believe it's a different actor. You just think you're watching the same character grown up. You don't need me to tell you, so many people have already told you Moonlight is good. So just watch it.
I ain't seen you in like a decade. It's not what I expected. What did you expect?
So if you've watched my reviews, you'll know that 2 films in 2016 got my highest score, the much sought after 1 Minute Movie Reviews 5-star, but there can be only one number 1. But first of all, let's get to my number 2, my second favourite film of 2016, and trust me, this wasn't an easy choice. It's La La Land. I was always going to love this film, a musical from the director of Whiplash starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Are you kidding me? I was so excited for the film, I watched nothing, no trailers on YouTube or in real life. Seriously, I walked out to pee when the trailers were shown in the cinema, and as I suspected, I loved it. And since that first watch, I've seen it 2 more times and probably listened to the soundtrack in full close to 50 times. It's a love story set in LA about following your dreams, and it's so well made. From the start, you know you're in for a treat with this beautifully catchy ass song, and a dance scene breaks out in the middle of a traffic jam, and throughout, it just made you smile until it didn't. And Damien Chazelle knows how to end a film. He nailed it again here. He did it with Whiplash, and here I think he kind of does it some ways better, because the film kind of has 3 acts, and then it has a little bit on the end. There's like another half an act, which just perfectly finishes off the film. I love La La Land. If you haven't seen it, just watch it, please. Number 1, you're already going to know what it is. Star Wars Rogue One. Nah, it's not. It's Arrival, of course. From the moment it began, I was glued to the screen. I don't remember having a single thought that wasn't about Arrival while watching. I didn't think the story about a person trying to figure out why aliens had landed on Earth could be so emotionally heartbreaking, but it was. And so well made. When you see it a second time, there's a point very early on when you could figure out what is going on, because the film doesn't hide it like some M. Night Shyamalan twist. Every person that sees it has their own individual moment where everything clicks together and it all starts to make sense. And it's told in a way that makes you, as an audience member, not feel tricked, but instead smart, which is no easy feat. I also love the music and how this story, or more specifically the way this story is told, couldn't really work in any other storytelling method. It had to be a film, but most importantly, no other film in 2016 made me feel the way Arrival did. And for me, that's what films are all about. It's not about some maths problems where you add up the great performances and the cinematography, then times it by the story to get your score. That's just not how it works. And it just so happens that all those things are nailed in Arrival, but it's not that makes this film great. It's the emotions, that feeling of fear, of sadness, of still kind of deep down some sort of happiness that makes Arrival the best film of 2016.
8 hours after landing, there's still no signs of first contact. The objects measure at least 1,500 feet tall.
Mama, what's going to happen?
I don't know.
And that's it, my top 10 films of 2016. Please let me know your top 10 or your favourite films of 2016 in the comments below. One of my favourite things about this channel is being able to talk in the comments about films, good films, bad films, whatever. I want to kind of use the Oscars end of the film year to kind of revamp my channel, so I'm probably going to change up my thumbnails and change up some of the things, the way they look, and hopefully start a new video series very soon, as this is going to be the start of the new film year. At the moment, when I look back at videos a year ago, I think they're awful and they're rubbish, and that's a sign that obviously my videos are getting better. So hopefully we can continue to do that and evolve the videos as they come. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and as always, subscribe for more.